these plans, but if either during the construction, we're going to have to temporarily relocate a bus stop, whether it's 50 or 100 feet down, north or south, depending on where we're working. Has there been any consideration of moving a bus stop?
Yes, Joe. So during that meeting that we had with DOT, we discussed possibly moving the bus stop if we need to. Right now, we don't anticipate moving any bus stops right now during the work. There is a bus stop there actually on the southbound of Broadway going towards Manhattan, where the bus stop is possibly on our staging area. Like Joe, like you said, our staging areas are not final yet. They haven't been fully approved by DOT, and there's an area there where we may take up, and we may need to move the bus stop, but we don't know that yet for sure.
Well, Kevin, keep in mind the bus stop that Solomon is talking about, which stopped at 137. The next bus stop is 139. So if you had to move it, it's only to go up to 139 in Broadway. That's going uptown, not downtown.
Yeah, Carolyn, I understand your concern. Typically, when the bus stop gets relocated, it's usually relocated within the closest area. It's not going to be moved one block or up. It's usually if it can be moved down at the northern part or the southern part of that same block, that's what's typically done. But right now since we don't know if we're taking up the location, since we don't know that we're relocating the bus stop for sure at this moment, we have yet to explore the different options of where to move the bus stop.
Yeah, but obviously that's on our radar.
Have,
and if we do have to move it, we understand that there's an impact. So we try to minimize the distance it needs to be moved. And if it does, if that's ultimately what DOT and buses determine needs to be done, then we'd certainly come to you with that before it happens.
That's fine. Ms. Mancuria, you got a question?
Yes, I do. Very good presentation. Thank you. With the increased traffic during this upgrade and the construction activity, I would like to know what are the mitigation measures will be put in place for the air and the noise pollution for the community living around.
It's not
so there's two considerations. Obviously, with regard to noise, we're required to execute this project with inside DEP's noise code, city noise code. So we are governed by that, as well as DOT stipulations for when we can do the work. So our work hours are dictated by DOT when they will allow us and won't allow us to do the work. They also, DOT, that is, takes into consideration when they're considering our permits for work areas and laydown areas, how those footprints are going to negatively or impact pedestrian and vehicular traffic. So we have what we call an MPT plan, or is a management of pedestrian and traffic plan, to ensure that it's as least impactful as possible, and that these staging areas and laydown areas are established with the proper safety precautions, not only for sight lines for folks who need to cross the street, but also for vehicles, so that they're aware that they're coming up to these work zones, and what there's tapers that actually start moving traffic away from the lane where we're going to be located, so that they don't, there's no negative impacts.
Thank you. Are there any other questions for the MTA?
Yeah, I have a question. Hi, Carolyn. Sorry I was late. Mr. O'Donnell, thank you for the presentation. You mentioned during your presentation that there was going to be a website that you were going to put in the chat. I thought I heard you say that there was going to be a website that you would put in the chat so people can get more information.
I said I'd put my contact information into the chat, but we do have an accessibility page where all of our accessibility projects are located, and we will be updating that page with this project information once we get it, further along. But my information I'll put in the chat for everybody if you had any questions.
Okay, and in the meantime, thank you for that. And then when that website is available, you will send it to the community board so that we can notify the community, absolutely, and they can look at it. Okay.
Absolutely. Once it's up and established, what we'll do is every future update and communication to the community, whether it's through the community board, to the elected officials, or to the stakeholders at large, will include the information on where to go for more information.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
And Joe, Yutha Prince, District Manager, thank you for the informative presentation. I left my contact information in the chat, although Alberto already has it, but just for your use or anyone else, I left my contact information in the
Thank you
chat.
very much. I see that. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, one last thing, would you be able to send the presentation to the community board so that the board members at least can have it?
I asked
Absolutely, yep.
Catherine. I asked-
Carolyn
you.
already asked,
I
Pat.
asked
Okay,
Catherine.
I got here late. That's what happens when you get here late. I'm sorry.
No, it's a great question. And once you all do have the presentation and have a chance to dive a little more deeply into it, again, this work isn't going to get really going until September. So there is time that if questions come up or concerns that you say, oh, I meant to ask this, or I really wish I had a chance to talk about that, you're going to have this presentation when you're going to the beach and chilling over the summer. Take the presentation with you. It's nice, light beach reading. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.
Yes,
Thank you.
we'll definitely post it on our website.
Oh, good. Thank you, Yutha. Thank you.
There's someone on with the iPhone with no number on it. Please identify yourself. Let me repeat, there's someone on from iPhone.
iPhone user, no name, no telephone number. Can you identify yourself?
Thank you. Lisa.
Okay, carry on, Carolyn. They're not responding. I don't know if they walked away or what.
Any other questions for MTA? Mr. Rohan, you're there. Alberto? You're up.
Yes, Caroline, thank you so much. If no other questions, then I appreciate your time. And we look forward to collaborating on this upcoming project and seeing it through. So thank you again.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Carolyn,
everybody.
Michael Iglesias has a question. He has his hand up. Or was that a legacy hand, Michael?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I just have one question about the uptown direction for the proposed project on 137th. So you did mention how you're going to be closing the stairway, and both stairways are pretty close to each other. So, you know, the students and people in the area, will they be able to access the 137th station going northbound? during
Yeah,
the-
we won't close the entire station. We'll close a stairwell at a time in order to do the work, but the station won't be closed in its entirety.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, Alberto.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, any upcoming work we do know ahead of time. And once we have that information, we will share with the community board for sure. So no one will be surprised on any service diversions or disruptions.
Didn't you say you wanted to update the?
Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I missed your question, I'm
I
sorry.
said, didn't you say you wanted to update the Omni card?
Oh, no, I was just saying it's good to see you since the Omni presentation, but
Okay,
if there are any specific questions, I can answer those, but I mean, for right now, we're focusing.
I
on
know it's out here. Said it doesn't affect the senior Metro card.
Correct,
You have not put in place the rollover from the Metro on the senior Metro card.
right, so if you're a current reduced fare customer, you will automatically receive the Omni card in the mail later this year. So nothing additional you have to do.
Right, so there's no rollover, like you said.
Correct.
I think people need to know that because a lot of people don't know that you can't roll over the money from your Metro card.
Right, so recommend that you spend it down, correct,
Like you have to spend all the money, so I think people need to know that.
right.
On the senior Metro card, which is what we're talking about, there's no difference, no change.
No, so those will get mailed to you automatically, so there won't be any programmatic changes on how it works.
Okay.
But I can definitely send you information related to that specific part
I appreciate it.
today.
So is any other questions for Mr. O'Donnell or Mr. Rohan from the MTA, from anyone? Joe, let me say thank you much for a beautiful presentation. It's great.
Thank you.
I look forward to you sending me that information so I can put it in my minutes.
Will do. Thank you so much, and thanks for having us, and I appreciate your time and support of this, very important and vital accessibility project.
You're quite welcome anytime.
Thanks all.
Have a good night.
Lyle, are you there? Lyle?
Yes, I thought you were asking for me. Sorry.
Lyle,
How are you?
I'm fine, Lyle, and yourself?
I'm good.
Very good. You have anything to give us?
Carolyn, please mark me present. I finally got through.
All right.
It's 10.
I got you. I got you.
And please mark me as well, Carolyn.
I got you too, Pat. Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
You're welcome. I'm all over the place. Go
I
ahead,
see Sean Farrell.
Mark. Oh,
Sean Farrell's on as well.
Thank you for acknowledging me. I appreciate it. Good evening, everyone.
Okay, go ahead, Lyle.
So Carolyn, you have a quorum now? You have 5 members.
Now I got Sean, Solomon, Ted, and Pat. Yeah, okay, I have a quorum now. Thank you very much.
So you can call the meeting to order and adopt the agenda in a minute.
I'm calling the meeting to order now at 7:10. All right, go ahead, Lyle.
Evening, everyone. Lyle Blackwood from DOT. There's not much to report for this month. We've been pretty easy on CB9 this past year. Just pretty much more milling and resurfacing throughout the borough. Ideally, we should be back in Northern Manhattan, I would say, in the next few weeks. As I mentioned before, I've been giving updates to the community boards in Northern Manhattan as we've been going from place to place, at least north of 110th Street. So as those locations come in, I'll pass those along to you, as well as other locations that might be impacted throughout North Manhattan. But yeah, it's like I said, it's pretty quiet for us in regards to CB9, but if there are any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Any questions for DOT?
Ed here.
Great, Ted.
We were promised that we would get a what shall I call it? A plan that you might be considering for 120th Street, and I haven't gotten that mailing.
They haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can, let me see what I can find out from my colleagues. I'll see if we can send something over. I know that we had a conversation a couple weeks ago regarding the area, but I'll see if there are new drawings or concepts. I know that that was mentioned during our talk, so I'll go back and check and see if there's anything with the team that we can pass along to you. If you haven't heard, if you don't hear from me, say in the next couple of days, just reach out to me and just nudge me, and I'll see what I can find out for you.
Thanks, Lyle.
Appreciate that. And by the way, I don't know whether or not we are going to be having a next month meeting, despite the fact that it is posted on the next month.
Ted, I spoke to the board. They are going to take that over. We do not meet in July and August. I already spoke to Hercule.
The website will be corrected, Ted. There will be no Uniform Services Transportation Committee meetings the months of July and August.
Correct.
Okay, great.
Carolyn,
but I will.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But I will look forward to hearing from you, Lyle, and we can hopefully move along.
Absolutely. Even though we're not meeting for the next 2 months, I'll still be around. So you can always reach out to me and we can have more conversations if need be. It's never a problem.
It's allowed if you get
Okay, well, I will look forward to the plans or alleged plans, or however you want to describe them, or the time very shortly.
Now, when you get that information, send it to me. I can send it to Ted, or you can send it to Ted. As long as we both get it, okay?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, I'll send it to both of you. No problem.
Yusuf, can I ask a quick question? Can we confirm that the next USNT meeting will be on Thursday, September 7th?
Yes, we can confirm.
Yeah,
Thank you. Mhm.
Lau, we received notification about a open streets update.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
I had a
yes.
question
It
on
starts tomorrow. We just received the notification on Wednesday from you, Tuesday rather, right after the holiday. And the letter's dated May 24th, and we have 45 days to comment, but this Play Street starts on June 2nd and concludes on September the 1st. So we don't have much time to make comment, but it seems that there are no problems with it, but I just wanted to say that we should have gotten more time
Yeah,
to review it.
Okay,
understandable.
my understanding was that was a 45-day comment period because they're going to close the street on 142nd Street between Amsterdam and Hamilton Place.
But they can't do that, which is, like I said, 142 goes east, so they can't go.
Okay, that was my understanding that, well, anyway, you all go ahead. But my understanding was very different from what I read in the letter.
So to allow what you said to the pack, I don't see a problem with it because Hamilton Place is closed anyway. You know, it's a place street anyway, from 144 to 143, that street is closed anyway. So that's what they're asking for? Lyle?
No, they're gonna close it from June 2nd to September 1st. I'm just saying that I don't feel like we got enough time, which there's no problem with it.
No, it's not.
Saying in the future, we should
Yeah,
get a little more time so that we can contact the community and get their input. That's all.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I understand that what I was asking now, from 144 to 143 is closed anyway.
That's
They're
what it's
asking for, that's what I'm saying. If they're asking for that, because 142 goes east, so you can't close that. So it has to be 144 to 143.
Yeah, I have to check again, as far as the streets, but I apologies as far as the narrowness of the time. We received notification from that division a little bit later than we anticipated, so it pretty much was a quick turnaround in order for us to send it over to everyone in the neighborhood. So my apologies. But if there are any questions or comments, definitely can send them to me and I can pass them along to our Open Streets team for their review.
Carolyn Solomon has his hand up. I think JL Sanchez had her hand up as well, but I don't see it up anymore.
Put it down.
Yeah, I'll send it. It was me, it was Jair, and I'll send it via writing better.
Okay.
Okay.
Solomon?
Thank you, Carolyn. Hi, Lyle. How are you? Thank you for attending tonight's meeting. I just had some feedback for you. I know some of the ride sharing parking spots were added in our district. And I live on 137th Street between Broadway and Riverside, and there were a couple spots that were added recently. I received some feedback from some of my neighbors indicating that there wasn't really sufficient signage that those parking spots in terms of how they're used was changing. There's no kind of demarcation on the street that indicates that these are for ride sharing cars only. Some of my neighbors felt that they're not really used by ride sharing cars in particular. We haven't really seen them there. So I don't know if there's a way to kind of make it more apparent to people in the community that these are that these particular spots are for ride sharing vehicles. The reason being is because there are people in the in the neighborhood on the block, they're used to certain spots being open, and they parked there and then they got tickets. So that's my feedback that I had.
Okay, good to know. I can pass it along to our car share team. Also, I'll put my email in the chat. If you can send me an email with those concerns, I can definitely pass it along to them. I'm not sure. I know for the earlier version or the earlier rollout of car share, we did have specified signage. We did have lane markings in the roadbed indicating where those parking spaces would be and what they're for. I'm not sure if that's in the works or that's upcoming, but like I saw, I'll leave my information in the chat and just send me an email. And I'll follow up for you. It's no problem.
Thank you, Lyle. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
This is from Mr. Blackman from DOT. None being heard. Officer Schumer. No, you hear. Officer Schumer.
Hello.
Hi, Officer Schumer. Go ahead, but Officer Schumer is from the 30 precinct. Go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Hope everyone's enjoying the nice weather. As everybody knows, the NYPD operates in a 30-day time frame. And I'm just gonna give you guys a quick, rundown of what our crime stats have been for the 28-day period. For murders, we are at 0 versus 1 last year. For rapes, we are at 0 versus 5 last year. Robberies are at 12 versus 6 last year. Felony assaults are 26 versus 19 last year. Burglaries are 0 compared to 9 last year.
Spelling, shoot.
Sorry.
What's spelling?
Felony assaults are 26 versus 19 last year.
You're gonna send it to me, right?
Yes, of course. Burglaries are 0 versus 9. Grand larcenies are 23 versus 31. Grand larceny of autos is at 11 versus 4, for a grand total of 72 major crimes versus 75. And just to kind of explain those numbers, as always, the large increase that we're seeing in felony assaults are all domestic violence related incidents. And of those, most of them do have arrests associated with them. So which means that these incidents are happening and officers are making arrests and someone is being held accountable for their actions. The numbers that definitely, are a concern to us are the grand larceny of autos, but that has been a citywide issue. But unfortunately, us in the 3-0, we are not immune from that. It's kind of a mixture between people just leaving their cars unattended. You run into the store, you want to run upstairs to grab something from your apartment that you forgot, but you want to keep the car nice and cool, and people are leaving the keys in the ignitions, and people are just going for joyrides, taking their car right away. As well, we're also seeing, some a little more coordinated, where what I like to call it more of a high-tech theft, where people are actually, breaking into cars, scanning the computers of the car, and making a key right on the spot. It's a lot more high tech and not as prevalent, but Riverside Drive has definitely historically been a location where we've seen that. So we always recommend obviously never keep your car unattended running. As much as we want to keep it cool in this hot weather, it's not worth it. Also, a lot of cars today have push button starts where there's no key fob itself, and they might think, I got the key fob on me, my car is good, when in reality most manufacturers, you can actually drive the car without the key in the car, as long as the car has already moved once usually. And once that key leaves the car, if the car's still on, that car, for some and not all manufacturers, you can put the car into drive and drive off. So even if you're thinking, oh, I got the key on me, I'm good to go, unfortunately your car is still at risk. So just be really careful when leaving your cars. Also, it's a worthwhile investment to install a tracker into your vehicle. I know we've been preaching it the last couple of months, just making sure that, God forbid, this incident does occur, to have your vehicle easily trackable, so therefore officers can hopefully find your car right away, and hopefully there's no damage, and as well arrest the person that's responsible for taking your car. Car is a huge investment in someone's life, and we don't want to see that investment go out somewhere and never see it again. And besides that, Saturday at 11 o'clock at Jackie Robinson Park, we have our multicultural festival. So we would love to see everybody there. It's going to be a nice event hosted by our community council president, Joyce. It's always a great time. all the community affairs officers will be there. We have officers there. You can ask us questions. I know Joyce is bringing a lot of good vendors, a lot of good food. So we hope to see everybody there. And as well as that will be at Jackie Robinson Park in the band shell. And then she's also gonna have another event on, I don't have the date here. I can get it for everybody.
I have it.
On the one on St. Nicholas, which will be even bigger. For all
June
that-
17th.
Yes, thank you. For all that don't know, Joyce, the 30th Precinct Community Council President, runs this amazing, event. So we're really hoping to see a nice big turnout for both of them. And otherwise that's it. Any questions from anybody?
I do have something for you, Sheila, but I need the whole. Is there anyone here from the Gateway? There was supposed to be someone coming from the Gateway in regards to application for the arcade in Rotunda. Okay, I got the application. They were supposed to be attending tonight, so I'm asking, so anyone from the Gateway, ABC or what? No? I spoke with Officer Espinal and she said that they did it last year. Okay, down there. So I don't have a problem, but last year, it's the same people, they left that place full of garbage. So if they're gonna do it this year and get here, I hope they clean it, because last year it was a mess.
This was the one in Riverside Park, if I'm correct, right?
Right,
I will happily reach out to Parks and make sure that they're adequately staffed for that event. And for the need that if the park is left in a poor condition, they can take some appropriate actions.
oh, okay, because if this is at West 1513 Riverside Park, the arcade in Rotunda. So that-
Yes, I think I remember from last year.
Right, okay, so if that was the problem, that they left it full of garbage. Okay. So they're gonna do it this year, I hope that they will clean up, and I don't have a problem with it, unless they messed up again.
And that's definitely a conversation that we can easily have with Parks and them, just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
I got you, don't leave it. Jaya?
Thank you, Carolyn. Hi, Pio Sumer, how are you?
Hi, how's it going today?
It's going, we're here. How are you?
Good.
Okay, question on the stats. Do you guys know how many parking tickets are giving out?
I can definitely see if I can find that for you. I might have it in front of me. I'm just looking through it right now.
Do you have it by
Are you
area?
curious about a certain area?
Yeah, our block.
Yes.
How many tickets are being given out? Because we see no activity to what's happening along our stretch in terms of the triple and double park cars from the schools and the teachers and I know, DT3 is the police, they can ticket themselves, obviously, if they want to. And then from the yellow buses, everything that's happening. So we're not seeing any police activity in terms of people getting tickets. And I want to know why.
Let me see if I can quickly.
Or if there's
find
any, is
that
there
number.
any, before I say that, maybe we're not catching it when it's happening.
So I actually don't have access to the parking tickets for because what a large majority of parking tickets are actually written by traffic, not by NYPD.
Okay.
And I would love to tell you for next meeting, I can get those numbers for you.
Okay.
But I do have your information, Jair, and
Yeah.
I will, once I get them, I will send that to you, and obviously you can share that with your building, because I know they're all very curious as well.
Yes.
I would
Please
love-
send that to us as well, Officer Stuma.
Yes, of course.
Mhm.
Like I said,
I know that traffic gives out the tickets, it's not NYPD, but it's a question I would really like to know, how many tickets do they give out in that area? Because it's a
Yes.
problem, it's an ongoing problem in that area. And like I said, Ms. Prince and now the chair come September, Victor Edwards have met with Team 3 as well. And I understand that they're going to clean up that. With the park and he's working. I spoke with the chief at the borough, who said he's definitely gonna look into it. I know it's a project, it's a progress, and it's gonna take time. But at least I know something is being done about it.
Yeah, because tickets are deterrents, right? People are getting tickets because they're double and triple parked, right? That can help with the situation as well. But if nothing's being done to them,
But for some,
they're going to continue to do so.
like, for some people, tickets are really late and they're taking on.
Yeah.
even though they get letters about it, and then you know their car had a boot on
Yeah.
it, and then they have to move the car. But when you get that information, officer, please send it to me. And
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
Yeah, thank you.
And just to also, our new CO, Captain Rivera, came from Transit, not from Transit District 3, but Transit District 4. So she's very, very close with the transit supervisors. So, and with the recent change in supervision down there, we're hoping that this issue is, dealt with a lot more
Yeah.
swiftly. than
And
has
and I want to say that it's not only the police, right? We can it's a combination of the police, the
yes.
schools, the parents, right?
Yes,
So we cannot blame only the police for that.
no,
So
and
we
you're
want to
right,
make sure.
Captain.
Yeah.
You're right. Like I said,
Yeah.
we met, I spoke with Captain Rivera and let her know it's not the combination of everything. She's well aware of it. Like Officer Shu just said, she's on the ball, and it's like I said, it's gonna take time. She just got there, but she is gonna work on that.
Yes.
I got your back. Don't worry.
I know, and we're waiting patiently, like I said, before we we bring the storm. So we're trying to sit back but it's interesting to know, like, if people are getting ticketed, right? Because if they're not at all, then that's also an issue because of the people not doing their job.
Then we would have to invite
Yeah.
and find out from that.
Yes,
Because Officer Super can get the information.
yes, yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome. Solomon, you had your hand up?
I did. Thank you, Carolyn. Good evening, Officer Stumer. Thank you for attending the meeting. I had two issues I just wanted to bring to your attention. The first one had to do with Montefiore Park, in terms of the activity that goes on there, mostly during the daytime. I know that the 3O used to have kind of a patrol, either in the park or they had it on Broadway. I haven't seen it lately, but I know as the weather has gotten warmer, there's a lot more activity there, a lot more open substance abuse. Is there anything that the 3O is doing to try to deter the activity that's going on there? One of the issues that we see in the neighborhood is that when there is an increase in activity, there's a lot more trash that's generated as well.
So we did have a post there. Unfortunately, due to the newer weather, a lot of our posts had to be relocated. And unfortunately, that was one of the posts that was relocated. But now coming into summer, they're again moving them back. I don't have a date yet on when the post is going there, but I do believe starting within the next month or so, the post is going to return to location. And also, even if you don't see the post there is an NYPD camera pole there that we routinely watch between our intelligence officers, our supervisors, just to try to, if we would love to put a cop at every corner. So this is trying to, mitigate that to an extent. As far as that, put in the complaints, the 311s, if you see any, crimes that you committed, call 911. So therefore officers can respond and take any enforcement action that might be needed.
Thank you. The second issue, which you alluded to earlier, is the issue on Riverside Drive, as well as the area that is on 138th Street, between Broadway, kind of going down into 12th Avenue. I've heard from many of my neighbors that they've had either something stolen out of their car, break-ins, catalytic converters being taken, also on the overpass. When people park on the overpass, they have issues there as well. I don't know if there's anything that can be done from the 30th precinct side to step up patrols. It seems like a lot of these break-ins are happening at night. And I know a lot of these cars are kind of out of sight because they're not in front of residential areas.
Yes, so one of the things that we've been trying to do is install some of these NYPD pole cameras, because we do know that, Riverside Drive is definitely more on the side. You know, people might think, oh, nothing happens over there. When in reality, we are taking a lot of these incidents. And as well, something that I've been trying to work on is getting supers and building managers to light up the block. You know, we've seen that, you know, installing some nice big floodlights in front of the building is a huge deterrent when it comes to car theft, you know, car break-ins, catalytic converters, because a nice bright light on somebody, they can't hide. And with the combination of a good camera, they're not going to go there. They're going to find somewhere else where they're going to, you know, take stuff. So, you know, it's been a slower process, but, you know, that's one of the things I've been trying to work on is getting a lot of these building managers to, you know, keep it bright. And in reality, even with nice bright lights, we don't really see a huge impact, you know, from residents saying, oh, it's too much. You know, most residents at the end of the day, you know, they want to feel safe coming to their car. Let's say, you know, you're coming home at 11 o'clock at night and you're walking to your building, you know, having a nice lit pathway is the key to, you know, keeping them safe and make them feel about, you know, more safe when they go home.
And Officer Sugar, 138, like going down now to 12th Avenue, it hit the highway, has always been a problem. That's nothing new. It's always
Yeah.
going back years ago, because at that time, it used to be a big drug location at that time. So the problem has changed somewhat, but it's still almost the same problem.
12th Avenue going 138 is always historically has been an issue. I know because I've seen it. We like to do car checkpoints there. We like to do, you know, enforcement there. So there are officers there. Sometimes they might be, you know, hiding in a discreet location. But it's definitely you know, an easy thing that we can definitely, you know, increase our presence down on 12th Avenue, especially with the summer months. You know, we want to make sure that 12th Avenue is protected, and especially with the clubs down there, you know, we want our presence to be known down there.
Anything else, Solomon?
No, thank you, Officer Stumer. I did want to mention, I had read about a deterrent to, you mentioned putting a tracker in your car. I read that a lot of people are putting Apple AirTags in their vehicles, leaving them in the glove compartment, just in case their vehicles do get stolen, and then they would be able to have a geolocation on their vehicle.
So officially, as a New York State police officer, I cannot recommend a certain brand, but what I can say based off my personal experience, it's a lifesaver. You know, just I've even done it too. I put it in my wallet. I have one where, you know, it's a little tag where I can, you know, easily, you know, an air tag on my wallet and show it to the camera, where, like, you know, it's not, you know, bulky, and, you know, it's simple as, oh, I gotta run out for work today. Where's my wallet? I can't find my wallet. Just go to the app and, you know, it'll quickly tell me it's 5 feet to the right. And sure enough, I play a little sound to it and I find my wallet right away. You know, it's simple as easy as a wallet, or, you know, as a car where, you know, I parked my car on 138 and 12th Avenue and it's not here right now. Let me go look on my phone and, you know, oh, it's at the, you know, Bronx, you know, impound because it was towed. You know, it just, being able to as easily track it is, you know, a lifesaver. And there are cheap options like, you know, an AirTag or a Tile, some of these, you know, well-known brands, or, you know, they even do like monthly services. Like I know Sirius XM has a popular service. Some manufacturers come directly, and, you know, I know Sirius even can tell you, you know, if the airbags are deployed, if, you know, the car is involved in an accident, if the catalytic converter isn't missing. You know, it's truly amazing how much technology has gone in the last like 5 years alone. And one more thing on that, I'm trying to find the date here. The NYPD Crime Prevention Division is hosting an event at Fort Totten in the parking lot, where they will be handing out AirTags, tiles to people who have qualified vehicles, and as well as etching in VINs into catalytic converters. The date of that event is going to be Friday, June 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 o'clock. And I will blast out that flyer to Youtha and all the people that might need to see it.
Ellen, are you here from ABC license? Ellen?
Yes. Hi, I'm so sorry to join late because I just finished the other meeting.
Did you put in an application for Riverside Drive?
Yes.
And you did it last year?
No, it wasn't last year, just the very first time we sent out the community board notice last month.
No, I got the notice, so that's why I'm asking you, did you do it last year? Because someone else did it last year. That's what I was telling Officer Sumer. So you're a new application,
It's a new application, yes, for seasonal wine.
right? Okay. At the rotunda underneath the park.
Yes,
All right, I put it in already.
thank you.
They'll let you know. If it's gonna-
Okay.
Okay,
Got it, thank you.
so Officer Schumer, it's not the same people, obviously,
Okay,
not the same people. But I sent
Perfect.
an application to Captain Rivera, I have it. I believe she said she would look at it and then approve it. Okay. Are there any other questions for Officer Schumer? And thank you, Ellen, for coming to explain. Any questions for Officer Schumer? Yuka? Yuka, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Is Harper there or Cheetah?
No.
There's no other questions? Well, then thank everybody for coming.
Well, I think something may be coming up under new business. I was checking my emails. Gary mentioned to me, hold on. Is there anyone here that'd like to bring up a matter under new business?
I was gonna ask that, but I didn't get to that yet.
Yes,
Okay, Alexis Saunders.
Where you're from?
my mom is here with me. Her name is Sandra Fisher. She's a county committee member for the 70th. City College wants to have people in the community give up their parking spaces for their graduation ceremony tomorrow, which is, I think, is unfair because City College has a whole parking lot. And what else? Mama?
Okay, it's this is Miss Fisher talking. It's between 140th and 141st and Convent.
Right.
And they want the people in the community to give up their parking places. So visitors that's coming to and guests that's coming to the ceremony can have a place to park. Now, this area is known for a lot of things that they do, filming projects and everything. And we're always left out in the lurch, not knowing when they're gonna do it. They put up the sign and there it is. But they just put up the sign to let us know this. And I think it's very unfair. It's bad enough that they took up the parking on this side of the street where I live at 270 Convent Avenue. And now everybody can park there to give, so the people that have, the restaurants that have extended their tables and made built onto their establishments, so they can have room there. So all those parking places are gone. The people that used to park up on Amsterdam, and that's from even other blocks, not just from 140th to 141st Street. But now they're coming all down here, and we don't. We have. This is unfair. It's bad enough they took the number 3 bus off there at the 18 bus, who was originally the number 3 bus, off the avenue. And a lot of senior citizens, you don't have to be seniors, but you know, Harlem is nothing but hills anyway. Either you have to go down the hill or up a hill. A lot of people don't have an accessory ride. Or even with the accessory ride has to park out in the street now because it's no place for them to pull up to pick up the people. And I take accessory ride because I'm in a wheelchair. And the buses, now all the buses do not stop at 140th Street in either direction. You have to get off 138th or 143rd Street.
Well, Ms. Saunders, the M3 still runs St. Douglas. The M18 they took off years ago, because Convent Avenue is so narrow. So that took off, they haven't been on in over 20 years.
I understand that, but I'm just saying that this is just something else.
But
Yeah,
graduation is really not much we can do about it because you're just telling us now. And
The
actually.
information now, I'm just telling you,
Oh,
they
no, I
just put
understand.
up the signs.
Right, so is that?
I will, Ms. Saunders, I will speak to our representative for City College. And I will ask him, why were we notified with such short notice? The board wasn't notified at all. You're telling me you were notified.
Yes, my neighbor called me this morning.
Right.
Okay, so you were notified a day in advance.
Yeah, they just let us know today.
Somebody made a comment, in the chat.
I know I saw it that said they didn't come, but they never came before. As Ms. Prince said, they didn't notify them, they haven't notified us, so we know nothing about it. Like Ms. Prince just said, so.
I will speak with our liaison, and I see the chat. City College parking using 140th to 141st. City College never came to the community board. No, they did not. Terrible neighbor, only in the community this happens. We have taken note of that.
So Ms. Prince will notify them, and thank you so much, Ms. Saunders, for bringing it to our attention.
So we'll let my constituency know that it will be handled, and you'll get back to me either through Edwin gave me Edwin Torres or Barry Weinberg can let me know the information, please.
Well, yeah, so I can get back to you. Like I said, Ms. Prince will notify them tomorrow, but it's kind of late, but she'll let
Yeah,
them.
no, I understand that. Because if they had done it like even 2 days ago or 3 days ago to let us know this, it would have been there, but not the day before.
No, you're right. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. But thank you so much for letting us know.
You're quite well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any
Okay.
new business someone wants to bring up? If not, old business. None being heard. Thank you all for coming. Look forward to seeing you in September. I appreciate it. Have a good night, everyone. Get home safe.
Good night.
Night, everyone.
Carolyn.
Have a good Sunday.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Pat. I'll talk to you.
Have a good evening, Carolyn.
Thank you so much. You too.
Good,
Good night.
good evening, everyone. This is Derek. I was on, but my camera's off. I just wanted you to know I was present. So how are you, Carolyn and
All
everyone?
right, I'm fine.
Oh,
Derek.
okay, good.
I'll put you.
Derek Johnson.
I'll put you.
All
there.
right.
No problem.
Have a good evening.
You too now. Bye-bye.
Good night, and thank you, Carolyn. That was a great first meeting.
Oh, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. I'm glad you came.
Thank you.
You're welcome.